Welcome to Truth, Money, and Freedom. Today is Sunday, March 31st, 2019. Hey, gang, I thought I'd bring up an older story, and it's about the taxes in Illinois. I just wanted to bring it up because it is actually happening. Now, I can go through and read, but I'm not going to. I want to keep this one short. But basically, a tax on the internet, tax on streaming services, because they're not taxing the people of Illinois enough. No, no, no. We need to get more out of them. Let's see, the so-called cloud tax was a 9% surcharge for the privilege of streaming internet-based entertainment, including video, music, and gaming services. Well, that apparently went through, and Chicago argued that the cloud tax isn't a new tax. It's merely an interpretation, get that, guys, interpretation of the city's amusement tax, which imposes a tax upon the patrons of every amusement within the city. And of course, because if we're going to be amused, we should have to pay a tax because the government had something to do with that amusement, of course. Um, but guys, Illinois has fallen. It's fallen and it can't get up. Remember that lady in the commercial, with the medic alert badge or something like that? They've fallen and they're cannibalizing, basically their citizens. And maybe not the whole state of Illinois, but certainly Cook County, Chicago. But I suspect it's, a larger problem throughout the entire state. It's a neighboring state to where I live, Missouri. We see a lot of people from Illinois moving here. Well, at least we did. I don't know, in the last 5 years. I suspect that had more to do with their incredible property tax increases. I think it might have been I'm not sure, gang, but I think it might have been 2014 is when they doubled property taxes in Illinois overnight to bail out the teachers' pension fund because it was bust. So, why are all these pension funds going bust? It's actually really, really simple. The federal government, along with the Federal Reserve, kept interest rates at 0% for 8.5 years. For 8.5 years. So, it was bound to happen that institutions that invested mainly in bonds, such as pension funds, literally were not making money anymore. Where they normally expected to make about 7%, that's kind of the average in the bond market, at least it was before 2008. That's kind of the streamline average. 7% a year, they were making 0.25% a year. So they were drawing money out of they were taking water out of the well, if you will, but there was no rainwater to replenish what was, coming out of the well. So the well was going dry. And they cannibalized people in the way of property taxes in order to help with that problem. Well, the roosters came home. Um, People are, literally moving out. The rich, I think many of the rich have already moved out of Illinois. I suspect the middle class is stuck there right now because no one's buying their homes. I can't prove that. I don't know it. In fact, if there's someone from Illinois that would like to talk to us about what's going on in that state with all these new taxes coming up on you guys all the time, please, please leave a comment in the comment section. I would love to hear from you. I pray for the people of Illinois, and I remember from history that there was only one state that went into bankruptcy during the Great Depression here in the United States, and that was Arkansas, another neighboring state to Missouri. But I suspect that Illinois will be the first in the next downturn, and I think there will be states that claim bankruptcy. But I don't mean to turn this into a larger view of economics throughout the United States. Illinois is a microcosm to be sure, but there are other states that are heading down that path. New York is one of them, possibly New Jersey. Um, and Michigan is another one. So, guys, if you see your state government starting to cannibalize you guys, I meant literally start raising taxes on everything so they can survive and continue to thrive while they strangle you guys, get out. Get out of those states. Missouri, thankfully, is a lower tax state. We're not the lowest tax state, but we are lower, and we are relatively stable in that low region. Um, if you guys are in one of those states that is taxing the urine out of you, have an exit strategy. Try to get out of that state if you can. And I know if you got family there, it's hard to do and everything, but as the state begins to disintegrate and taxes get higher rich people leave, middle class trying to leave, crime will go up, and you don't want to be there for that part. So that's just my, once again, I'm not predicting crime's going to go up in Illinois. Please don't misunderstand me. I'm just saying that that usually is what happens when there's economic crisis within a state or a city or, even a county. I've seen it too many times in my life. Whenever we have poor counties, poor cities, crime seems to escalate. All right, gang, but that's all I had to say today. But I did want to bring this story to your attention, even though it is an older story, because it's still happening. Chicago, is basically doing cloud taxes, and I believe that that's a done deal, and they're actually having to pay these taxes now. All right, you guys all have a wonderful day, and I'd like to read my libertarian statement at the end of every video. Income tax, so you know you don't own your labor. Sales tax, in case you thought you owned that money. Inflation, just in case you're foolish enough to save. Capital gains tax to punish you for trying to get ahead of inflation. Property tax, so you know you can't own anything. Inheritance tax, so you can't pass on what little is left. All right, gang. Thanks for spending a few minutes with me today. I do appreciate it. Have a wonderful day.